Hello, everyone. This is Kendall Askins from Stimulated Minds. Askins stimulates over on Instagram, and I am coming to you today with another topic for our Wednesday morning chats. Last week, we talked about time and how time is precious and we need to stop wasting it, right? And when you're wanting to do something, that you should just go forward and do what you want to do without maybe making excuses or putting it off. And I know that sometimes we hear that, but there's a lot of times where we don't know what that looks like or how to start. So today, I really wanted to talk to you a little bit more detail about time and how you can manage it and how you can really maximize each day and live each day to the fullest, essentially, right? So we are very specifically talking about how to get things done. So the first thing, when you're really thinking about time and how you're going to utilize your time, you want to think about making a decision, right? So in every aspect of the different things that you're doing, you want to think about it in categories, almost like work, home or personal life, and then maybe a social life or something like that, right? So split it up into these different categories and make decisions around some things. Yes, you might have to-do lists and have small little like everyday logistical things that you have to get done, but we're talking about how we manage our time when we're moving towards a particular goal. So if you know what goal you have set, what's the big idea, starting with the end in mind, thinking about where do I want to end? What is the decision I want to make in this part of my life, right? And you want to write that down so that you know what the focus is. When you begin with the end in mind, it really helps you narrow in on how you're spending your time and making sure that you are being very intentional about how you're using your time so that it's not being wasted. Once you have your focus, then you can begin to make a list. And again, I would recommend separating it. The goals you have at work and that big idea at work might be very different from the big idea in your personal life, which might be very different from the big idea with your friends or socially, right? So separate it. And then once you have your focus, in each of the sections, then I would recommend making a list for how you want to go about achieving that big idea. What are the things you need to do? And then once you do that, you want to split your day up so that you can focus on each of those things a little bit at a time, right? So when I'm at work, I focus on the work goals that I have set and those things that I have. I don't work on the home things necessarily or the personal things when I'm at work. There might be some crossover, but when I'm at work, I'm utilizing those hours to focus on that. When I'm at home, I'm utilizing those hours to focus on that. When I set time for my friends, I'm utilizing those hours to focus on that. So the three areas, while they cross each other, they don't when I'm focused on the goal. So when you think about how you split your day and how you set your hours, if you're someone that you find yourself working on this and then you're running to that and then you're running over to something else, right? It might be helpful for you to set time frames from 6 to 10, I'm going to work on this. From 10:30 to this time, I'm going to work on that, right? Or from 9 to 5 when I'm at work, I'm going to work on this. And then when I get off, I'm going to work on that. When you're very intentional about a schedule and almost scheduling time to work on those different things, you will notice that you'll begin to make progress in those areas. And then I want you to just keep in mind that everything's not going to happen or get done at the same exact time. You might have a lot of moving pieces, and it's okay not to reach your end goal in a short amount of time. Be realistic when you set your goals and when you think about your focus on how long you might take. At work, you might be working on something that is going to take a month or even a year or 2 years. In your personal life, you might be working on something that'll only take you a week, right? But be realistic with the goals. I know me personally, I love everything to get done right away. As soon as I think of the idea, I want to execute and I want it to come and fully work. And I've come to realize that everything doesn't work like that, right? So being patient with yourself, showing yourself grace, and slow and steady wins the race, right? So continuing to stay at it and to peek at it and to work at it, you will notice that you will get closer and closer. So again, just a little bit of tidbits. Make a decision, separate it into your categories, and make a list. Split your day so that you have time to focus on each of the areas that you have set a goal in, and remember to show yourself grace. So again, Kendall Askins, if this was helpful, please share this out. And maybe you have started to manage your time. Maybe there's something that you want to share that has worked for you. Drop those comments in the comment section. Let's talk about it. But I hope that this was helpful, and I will see you guys back here next Wednesday for more fun. Bye.